So last night when we go to bed, Becky says, "Oh, it's supposed to rain tomorrow." Yeah, bullshit. No, really, it's supposed to rain tomorrow. Yeah, tell me more lies. So she looks it up. Finds one place says 24% chance of rain for today. By the way, it's 10 after 6. This just started at 6. Yeah. I looked over at the rain gauge on the way out of the house. It's a whole 1/100th of an inch so far. Oh, sure enough, I look on my phone app. It says 60% chance of rain today. Like, what? So she looks at one of the news stations that she always thinks is so great. And they say, "Oh yeah, it's going to rain." So I got somewhere between a 24% chance and a 66% chance of rain today. And while I'm here, this one. See if you can read it better back here. There we go. Don't let it die. Just farm. Hey, I like him a lot. That is Just Farm Apparel. They are on TikTok. And I then ordered a sweatshirt, a hat, and a tank top. And they sent the sticker. And I mean, I was surprised. I really was with what she said she paid for it. Because the local farm store that actually has apparel, they'd want more than that for just a sweatshirt. So, anyway, hey, that's on TikTok. If you're not there, you ain't going to be there, but if you want to be there, check them out. What else was I going to say? I don't know, but Thailand opted to, it's too hot, Daddy, and I'm just whooped. Guess what? It's going to be laying in the mud today. Get that thing on. I don't know, we might find something else to do. Clean up some of this shithole. I mean, I got a cart there, mostly full of sprayer parts. Becky's birdhouse that set at our house in town, right beside the door into the dining room, and the white-bellied swallows. They nested in here every single year. They even, after the first pair had nested for a few years, I think they brought their kids back with them. But anyway, at some point this doesn't mean, "Becky, I'm going to fix it up. We'll fix it up. Get it out of here." That's full of sprayer parts. It's supposed to be back upstairs. Nailer's supposed to be upstairs. Refrigerant and the box with the books on it. That's my AC stuff. It should probably go back in the house. It was in Mom's basement. So, anyway, I don't think I need to go move irrigation yet. It shouldn't be in for another hour or so. So I'm just going to see what this stuff does. I mean, at the moment, it wasn't raining before 6 o'clock. That's what I do know. And it sounds like it's tapering down. So, why, yes, we are still going to throw some artificial rain in. When I was a kid, we had hand lines. A couple days it rained really good. I mean, we got 2-3 inches of rain. And, there was a few of us doing irrigation. We chose to do other things. We didn't move it, didn't run it. Dad was out of town. Well, a week later, we all got our asses chewed. You can kind of see a difference right in here. That just got watered last night. That only has rain on it at the moment. And keep in mind, you can see that line all the way through. So the rain didn't start until it got to about here. And I really didn't want to get into that piece, but you can see it's lacking a little bit on that pass. And that's the only way to finish this piece. kind of screws us because that one was going to move down to this riser and get there, and then we were going to go the other way, but I think we got to go the other way from where it's at to get the headlands. So anyway, we're out here doing a little bit of a break, although I'm sure that bike seat is soaked. I can see it from here. That's the only bad thing about the seat cover that Ron put on here. It's fabric. It's great in the summer when it's hot, but that's soaking wet, and it's only been sitting here for about 10 minutes, and it's barely been a trick or a sprinkle. And I see Ziply is up on the road. Yeah, you can't hardly talk on Mom's phone, all the static in the line. Our phone's the same way. Our internet, well, last time we had this much trouble, Becky got a big chunk of change taken off our frickin' phone bill for it, because they're looking back and they can see what your internet did. Oh, well, I see, it hasn't hardly worked at all in the last 2 months. Yeah, and you've been out here 5 times. So this time around, we can take $10 off your bill. Excuse me? We pay well over $100 a month for that shit. And we've basically had maybe half service for the last 2 or 3 months, and they've been out 5 or 6 times. Oh, they took $50 off and said they'd get it fixed today. I'm not holding my breath. It was Frontier Communications, and they sold out to Ziply. Reason being, it's the same thing that Shell Oil did. Shell Oil used to buy into gas stations and change the tanks, and then, hey, when you get that paid off, it's your station again. But until then, you're peddling just Shell and your company store. And that's what I understand Ziply does. They come in and improve things. They're supposed to be running all fiber optics for everybody. The issue right now is there is so much new construction. She almost didn't make it up the hill. I had the same problem in the same place. They're only working on new construction now. So those of us who have, been here forever, and the phone lines here are, I know they're the original phone lines out of the substation, which is the old paper wrap. And most of those pairs are no longer any good because they've gotten water in them.
I made it up the hill.
I know you did. I had the same problem. Did you notice?
The first time, I made up no problem. I spun a little bit, but I was fine. This time, I made the lesser of two evils.
That is her second time coming up.
I don't think I'm going to make it.
Between leaky over here and the rain, that hill's pretty nasty this morning. But we're going to go turn that point toward those trees down there and get it going. Well, it started just a couple minutes after 6. This is just a couple minutes before 10. That's the most rain we've had since about the first week or so of June. Amazing. Ziply's coming in now. So we came down from getting irrigation going. They're all packed against the gate. I ran second, third gear fast as I could across that bottom, headed straight for the gate. Anchored the brakes to the last second and yelled boo as loud as I can. One of them stepped back a half a step and kind of cocked her head like, what the hell are you doing? So, well, it's not raining. We needed to feed. And funny story, there's a gate over there by the swather that I go through in the mornings when I go out. Just because I don't wake anybody up, I sneak right on out. Come down, come through the gate, go do my thing. Since day one, that gate's been there. If it's open more than halfway, you will get shocked. There is absolutely no contact to the hot wire anywhere on it. Well, with this little bit of rain, Tylen was getting shocked on this gate when it was half open. And once again, there's absolutely no contact anywhere with the hot wire. I mean, everything's there where it belongs. Nothing's touching anything. Kind of weird. So she's not happy because she got shocked. And likewise with that whole building right there. the hot wire comes in underground right by the mineral and salt feeder. There's 2 switches there. One runs this direction, one's to the cow lot. Both go up and follow the main beam and out to each fence. The roof of that building, the whole time it's been there, I think we built that 30 years ago. When you get up there, you go to step off the ladder. And as long as you're in contact with the ladder and you touch the roof, you will get shocked. It's not real bad, but it's there. Once you're up there, it's fine. So, still, once again, no contact anywhere. Now she's waiting for me, so I better go. Story time. So, y'all know I've bumped a few and they've gone down there to the bottom. This one, I dumped it closer to the fence and I had it tipped up and it was right on the balance point. And I didn't dare flick it any harder. So I told her to go ahead and push it over. It only went that far.
I didn't even
but
put any acid to it.
She barely put her frickin' arm on it and leaned a little bit. The bottom.
I was gonna be pissed if not went out.
The bottom corner caught the forks and slowed it down a little bit, and then flop, flop, flop. Yeah, I see. At least it only went that far. I figured I'd share that with you. And that's the last bale, and it's starting to rain again. So I'll park this thing and go find a dry spot. Oh, I guess I got to lift her over the fence first. What do you know? It's dry out there. Imagine that. 0.15 inch of rain is what we got this morning. That's over twice what we've had all summer. Neighbor texted me yesterday. Luckily, he sent me a picture of the other one that I already repaired and said he broke this one. It's off a little John Deere compact tractor. Yeah. This one didn't hold up as well as the other one did. The other one was broke a lot. Do you see where it's broke? Right there. It's been broke there for quite a while. A little tiny spot there. Rest of that's all new. Last one, I mean, it was probably half broke for, I'm going to guess, at least a year before it gave. But I'm glad he sent me a picture because the yoke this goes into is a little low on clearance. And I think what I used, it's about 3/4 material. I think I used 5/8 rod and bridged top and bottom with it. That's the only place you can do anything, and you can't use much more than that or it gets in the way. And the top's what needs the most. But anyway, I'm going to take the little grinder with cutoff wheel on it, and I'm going to cut on an angle. Take about that much out on all sides, and then I'm going to start welding that back in place. Probably not going to show you much because where I've got this set, I mean, if I was doing it on the bench, I could put my phone somewhere, but yeah, not happening there. So I told him I'd probably get this done for him today since he finally dropped it off at lunch. Been dealing with the phone company. The guy I knew was a friend of our neighbors when we lived in town. He happens to work for the phone company. He hadn't been out here for a while, but he's got it partway straightened out. Right now we only have telephone and no internet, but hopefully he can get the powers that be to do a few keystrokes and change it so we have internet again, and it will be hellaciously faster than what Becky has had for a long time. That's the plan. Hopefully that happens. He says, if I don't get it today, hopefully we get it tomorrow. So, okay. I trust him. He's a good guy. So, anyway, that's what I'm going to do. I'll show you the finished product. I told you I'd bring it back. This is the top, so it's a longer one. Get back a little farther. That's the bottom. Those were already cut and laying there. The only thing I got left to do is slap a little paint on it. Other side looks the same. I scared myself though, because I'm looking at the picture that he sent me of the other one, which he sent me last night. And this and that ring seem to be on the same side. That's the old linchpin when you're not using it. Now I realized what I was seeing. I called him and had him go look. And he said this is for the sway bar.
this and the ring were on opposite sides, like they are on here, which is a good thing, because that seriously had me scared there for a minute, because I didn't have the extra pieces on, but the rest of that's a lot of work to undo. What I was seeing was he still got the other half up to the mower, so I was seeing was the edge of the linchpin, and I thought it was in the holder. Anyway, there it is. Last one I did from it probably did 10 years ago, so it's still holding up. This one should last just as long. Only thing I did do on this one is I got a little, I don't know which side it was on now, this side. You look in the hole, you can see about 1/8 of an inch there. I got the weld slopped in when I filled in the V. So I just drilled it out. I normally would have used a, come on, focus in there. I don't want to. Normally would have used the die grinder, but I don't use this. I have to. Because you'd be surprised where you find those little tiny steel shavings later. Very unpleasant places sometimes, and you wonder how they get there even if you got coveralls on. So anyway, that's the day. At least I did something worthwhile, right? And it's muggier than muggy at the moment. And since I was talking about rain, yeah, Nelson and I were chatting this morning because they're expected to get a buttload. That hurricane coming up. He said they're 250 miles inland and they're expected to get, 7 to 10 inches, I think he said. I saw some of that on the news earlier, so. And yeah, I do have friends in Florida. A couple gals I went to school with and their husbands and a couple other guys. I hope they're all doing well. And Brooke's boyfriend's mom, she's down there too. So, you know, hopefully everything's good when it's all over with. Anyway, that's the end of hump day. Let's hope for a good tomorrow, and tomorrow hopefully get that damn thing back on the cultipacker. And now that we got a little rain, we can go scratch a little dirt. I didn't want to before. I've been dragging my feet. Anyway, it is what it is. Wouldn't be the first time we scratch the bone dry, but I'd rather have some moisture first. It kind of holds things together better and moves better.